Talking about labor issues on Broadway. There are bargaining talks over contracts. They're going on Broadway with the unions representing the actors and the stage managers as well as musicians. As we told you yesterday, Musicians Union agreed to authorize a strike if it comes down to that. But in the meantime, Broadway is still up and running. Box office numbers, in fact, for Hamilton, they hit $4 million last week. That's the highest grossing week in its 10-year history of that show. Ragtime,
what?
A musical revival now playing at Lincoln Center, made over $1 million. What are the ticket prices, though? Let's talk about that. They're steep. Joining us now is our Broadway reporter, Leigh Scheps. You were there last night for the celebratory opening night of Ragtime, originally opened back in the 90s, right?
1998, when it originally opened in 98, and it lost the Tony Award to The Lion King that year.
Okay.
But let me tell you about this production. This is one of the most incredible performance that you must go see this show this fall. Talking about holiday gifts. This is a holiday gift to get. It's a limited run production, and it's going to be something that we talk about, the performances of the ages. And I was there last night covering for Us Weekly, and the carpet, it was a stunning carpet. I spoke to everyone in the cast and a lot of the celebrities too. The people that we were looking to see last night, Brian Stokes Mitchell and Audra McDonald, who were in the original 1998 production, were there to cheer on the new cast.
And you said you better, be ready for spending a little bit of time there. It's not a quick show.
It's 3 hours long. And let me tell you the importance and significance of the show. This show is about 3 diverse families who all want to achieve the American dream at the turn of the 20th century, and the troubles, the triumph, and tragedy that ensues. This story about immigration, about family, could not be more timely right now. And that was the message on this carpet last night. Everyone was talking about how timeless this story, written in 1996 by Lynn Ahrens, Stephen Flaherty, and a book by the late Terrence McNally, could not resonate more. When I saw it, people are weeping next to me, crying. It gets standing ovation after standing ovation. Joshua Henry's performance is, as I said, it's going to go down in history books. And as we look later into the spring, we might see some Tony Award nominations from some of the cast in the show.
Is there an age group that you would recommend? I mean, is this for the family, or
you should go yes, you should bring the kids. There are young kids in the show. And I want to point out, when this show premiered in 1998, one of the little kids was Leah Michelle, who was back on Broadway this season in Chess. She became a Glee, yes, Glee star. Glee star, Leigh Michelle. And the other story I want to point out about this show is there's 2 kids. There's a little boy and a little girl. So Leah Michelle was the little girl, and the little boy in the out-of-town tryout his name was Brandon Uranowitz. And what happened was, this boy got too tall. He couldn't go to the Broadway production. And where is he now? He's starring as one of the leads in this show right now. So he finally got to star in this role and be in this show. And the other thing I want to point out is when he did this Brandon Uranowitz show back in the out-of-town tryout, he was starring opposite Marin Mazzie. And the other thing to point out is Marin Mazzie played the original mother, and she passed away in 1998 from ovarian cancer. So her presence was greatly missed as well from some of the leads.
You mentioned Leah Michelle and Chess. That's also opening, right?
Yes. So performances began this week for Chess. Performances began, as we've been talking about here, the Queen of Versailles. For Beetlejuice, performances began. We've also been seeing openings of the star-studded plays, from Art to Waiting for Godot, as they say in this production as well.
Why do they say Godot instead of Godot?
I thought it was Godot. That's what they're saying in this play. And they make a joke about it too. Okay. Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves, they kind of they're like Godot, I guess. Like, it's funny within the play.
They've also changed it to Queen of Versailles. So you need to get that right.
Got it.
Yeah, you wanted to show us.
Yes. So I also, I don't want to talk about only Broadway, because off Broadway, you have some great shows off Broadway.
That's Heather's.
So this is Heather's. I saw this week. This is a great show to take your teenage daughter to.
Ultimate mean girl.
Yes, take your high schoolers to see this show. It was a great musical. It has, I don't know what the word is. It gets twisted, I will say, the plot. But the other show coming back to, off Broadway or premiering is Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion. I
can't believe it even made it as a movie.
Yes. So that's another musical to see. And then the other one is a revival of The Baker's Wife, starring our Oscar winner, Ariana DeBose. And that is a Stephen Schwartz musical. And of course, Stephen Schwartz wrote Wicked and The Queen of Versailles.
All right, we'll have to see what you think of Queen of Versailles when you see it.
When I get to see it, I will be back here with my report.
Leigh Scheps,
Thank
always
you so
great to
much.
have you.
Thank you.
She's a genius. I mean, like the amount of
Information.
Broadway information in your
I
head.
study. I study it all night, and I don't
truly
sleep,
love it,
so I
though.
have the
It's
Totally
information.
astounding. I was looking for the teleprompter that you were
We
reading
love your
off of.
enthusiasm. That's
All
for
right,
sure.
thank you.